the book of St. Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 6, and it reads, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." First and foremost, I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rekahakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and to the Akyam and the Akwaf that are listening and learning. To you I say Shalom. This is Brother Balm Malak coming at you with a quick lesson. And this lesson is going to center around this article I was reading out of RT News. And I tell you, I go to RT News for a lot of content. And this article center around, it says, the Houthis claim missile strike on U.S. aircraft carrier. It said, according to the group spokesman, attack came in response to Anglo-American assault on Yemen. And again, that's why it came out of the book of St. Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 6. And let's read it again. "And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." But the end is not yet, because what? The wars and rumors of wars. Let's see what, when we talk about wars and rumors of wars, we talk about what's taking a place on the South Pacific between China and Taiwan. And who's in the middle of that? Babylon the Great, America. We talk about the Russians and the Ukrainians. And who's in the middle of that? NATO and the EU. And who's the head of that beast? You know, really all the other nations, they look to America, Babylon the Great. Let's take another look, the Israelis and the Palestinians. And who's at the head of that? NATO and the EU. And who's the head of that snake? America, Babylon the Great. That's why we came out of the book of St. Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 6. It's saying, "Ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. Must come to pass, but the end is not yet." And we're hearing these wars and rumors of wars, and that noise, you know, it goes back, you know, rumors goes back to noise, man. Apostle Gabar, he do a beautiful lesson on that. So let's continue reading, man. That's why we're reading this. The Houthis claim missile strike on U.S. aircraft carrier. And now this is another what? This is part of the theater, you know, with these, the Houthis, you know, and what are they doing? These are like they pirates. They take over these merchant ships and they hold them for ransom and all these other things. And we're going to read into this article. But what they're saying is they claiming a strike on a U.S. aircraft carrier. Now, if anyone ever been in the military, more specifically, if anyone ever been in the Navy, you understand if you've been on that's a floating city. You know, that's a floating city. You got between what, ship's company alone, you might have between 4,500 to 5,000 people. Now you're talking about bringing an air wing on board. Now you're talking about almost what, 8,000 people on board. You know, there's that the aircraft carrier. You know, and not only the most important things on the aircraft carrier is what the air wing is, the what the planes that are on that they have to do the launch and recovery. So for the Houthis to claim, and that's probably just propaganda. You know, it's probably just propaganda. The Houthis claiming that they don't what had a successful strike on a U.S. aircraft carrier. You know, now I'm not saying this. Anything is possible. Anything is possible because we know that Babylon the Great is being made bare. But I think this is a little propaganda. This just, you know, to have the other nations think that America is that shield that shield is being what it's being broken, man. It's that shield. They don't penetrate that shield. And trust me, man, if you've been out on that water long enough, you understand that that's pretty much a shield. Unless the Lord Yahweh Bashem Hawashai, what he opened up that shield so that they can what? They can pull off a strike on an aircraft carrier. But right now, I think it's just propaganda. We haven't heard anything in the news. At least I haven't heard anything. But it's being reported on RT News. And we know that American news stations, they wouldn't report it no way. Because, and again, anything is possible. Anything is possible because we know that all the branches of the military, what, they undermanned and morale is low. So anything is possible. But I think it's a lot of propaganda. So let's read the article, man. And then we're going to go to, you know, what chapter we're going to go to. Everybody should know it. We're going to read this article. It's not long. It says, Yemen Houthis on Friday launched a missile attack on a U.S. aircraft carrier, Dwight D. Eisenhower, in the Red Sea, according to a statement made on X, formerly Twitter, by the group's spokesman, Mr. Yahya Saree. It's Yahya Saree. Saree claimed that the attack came in response to the U.S. and the UK strikes on the Yemen province of Sana'a. And what's that? Hodiya and Tayaz. The strikes allegedly targeted civilian infrastructure and resulted in the death of 18 people and over 40 wounded. Several missiles allegedly struck a Hodiya, a radio station building. And if I'm pronouncing that word wrong, hey, you can look it up. As well as the area surrounding the Al Tawa Hospital and the Coast Guard headquarters in Port Al Salid. There were several commercial ships were damaged. This represented clear targeting of civilian objects, a blatant violation of all international laws, and a full-fledged war crime. And that's what they're saying that Americans and with the Ukraine, in the UK, saying they committed a war crime when they targeted civilians. Therefore, but it's not a war crime for the so-called Israelis that they're doing the same thing to the Palestinians, but that's not a war crime. Let's continue reading, man. Therefore, in response, these crimes and the American-British aggression, the Yemen armed forces carried out a joint military operation targeting the American aircraft carrier, the Eisenhower, in the Red Sea, Saree said in his statement. And you have to understand, man, when the aircraft carrier is going out, it goes out with a battle group. It goes out as a battle group. Back in my day, you had frigate, DDGs, and they always wet. They ain't no more than 100 miles, some, probably closer. So they're not going to be able to, if you're going to reach an aircraft carrier, and you got to have some weaponry, because on top of the aircraft carrier, you got what? The F-18, I don't know what they flying off them things now. It was the F-16, F-18, during my time period. But, and they can launch and recover those planes in a matter of minutes, man. So in order for them, and then you're talking about, the weapons, phalanx system and all of that. So it'd be kind of difficult, for them to really pull that off, just from attacking from the land. And we don't think the Houthis got that kind of probably military arsenal, so they can pull that off. So I think it could be just a lot of propaganda. But again, once you put propaganda out there, the other nations will be like, hey, oh yeah, we can do the same thing. That's why we're going to read the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter. So again, it said that Eisenhower in the Red Sea, Saree said in a statement. So we're going to keep reading. It's a long article, but it's not that long of an article. We're going to read it all. It said he claimed that the strikes on the U.S. aircraft carrier was accurate and direct. Saying it was accurate and direct. And boy, again, I think that's propaganda, but you never know. Like I said, you got morale low, they undermanned, and all kind of things could be taking place in the military now. It said, but did not give details on damages the vessel suffered. It said the U.S. Navy has not yet issued any statements regarding the purported attacks on its ship. And I served on the Eisenhower. It said the U.S. Navy has not issued any statements regarding purported attacks on the ship. It said on Thursday, British and American forces launched a large-scale attack on alleged Houthis targets in Yemen as part of an ongoing operation to halt the group's strike on commercial ships traversing the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. According to media reports citing military officials, the coalition attacks hit multiple Houthi underground facility missile launchers and command and control sites, as well as the Houthis, what is that? I think that's ships, aerial vehicles in the area of Yemen to be controlled by the militants, man. So these militants, what they do is they go, again, they take these civilian vessels, man, and they hold them for ransom, man. They pirates. They pretty much like pirates. Let's continue reading. It says the Houthis, a Shia Islamic group that control a large part of Yemen, have been attacking merchant vessels since October, calling an act of solidarity with the Palestinians in Gaza. The militants have vowed to continue disrupting shipping along the vital maritime trade routes until Israel stops its war against Hamas, man. So they say, hey, man, we're not going to stop until the aggression with the Israelis over there with the Palestinians. They saying they're not going to stop until, the EU and NATO, or the NATO and EU come in and intervene, with those, and what they trying to do, they trying to commit mass genocide against the Palestinian peoples over there. And again, like we always say, we don't give a damn about neither party, the Israelis or the Palestinians. What everybody need to do is prepare themselves to go to captivity, but nevertheless, prophecy has to fulfill itself. So, again, I think this is, a little propaganda that they putting out there, but nevertheless, they reporting on it. And they reporting on it so they can get to other nations, man, that the other nations, they can get that confidence up. And we're going to read Isaiah 14 in the Good News Translation. And we're starting at 9, Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 9. It said, the world of the dead is getting ready to welcome the king of Babylon. And the world of dead is these nations, man. These kings that, they weren't physically dead, but they was what? They was in a dead state. They was in a what? A lower state. When you're in a lower state, man, you pretty much in a dead state. You Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all are a prime example of being, in a dead state. Because y'all haven't, number one, y'all don't want to wake up. I ain't gonna say wake up. Y'all don't want to serve the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So if you're not serving the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you are actually, you're walking dead. You're spiritually, there's a dead people, man. And that's exactly what it's talking about. It said the ghosts of those who were powerful on the earth are stirring about, and the ghosts, it says, and the ghosts of those who were powerful on the earth are stirring about. And these other nations, at one time period, another they was powerful in their own right. But Esau, Edom was blessed with that sword from our forefather Isaac. And he blessed, his two sons. He gave Esau and Jacob, he gave them a blessing, man. And he gave Mr. Esau, who was blessed with the sword, man. So, and he's doing a wonderful job. And again, he's carrying out his wickedness, and really he's carrying it out the way the wicked's supposed to. It said the ghosts of kings are rising from their thrones. They all call out to him. Now you are as weak as we are. You are one of us. You used to be honored with the music of harps, but now here you are in the world of the dead. You lie on the bed of maggots and are covered with a blanket of worms. And that's exactly, the state of America, Babylon the Great, man. Just look at it. Morally, just think about that. And it's talking about this militarily, man. They talking about the Houthis don't what? Said that they don't reach and touch the aircraft carrier. So they in the world of dead now. So you lie in a bed of maggots are covered with the blankets of worms, man. And that's exactly what, the king of Babylon is. And it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful time to be alive. It's a beautiful time that the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has given you the Holy Spirit so that you can discern these holy scriptures, man. So that when you look at the news, you'll be able to say, hey, man, I know exactly where I'm going to go with this precept. I know exactly where I'm going to go, in this lesson. Let's read. Continue reading. Verse 12. Matter of fact, I think I got that on the next page where I got it all. This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12 in the Good News Translation. It said, the king of Babylon, bright morning star, this is Lucifer, is what? Is the light bearers. These are the people who are really behind the scenes. You Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all think that everything starts and ends with Biden and Let's Go Brandon and Donald J. Trump. But, they just what? They are puppets. The people behind the scene, you talk about the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Rockefellers, the Gettys, they the light bearers. And they also is Satan as well. They the ones that tell your presidents, You know, because your president, what, he's selected. He's not elected. We say that all the time, but you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans still can't quite comprehend that. It said, the king of Babylon, bright morning star, you have fallen from heaven. It's in the past you conquered nations, but now you have been thrown to the ground. And that's part of being thrown to the ground when a militant group talking about they can reach out and touch a carrier, man. Verse 13, you were determined to climb up to heaven and to place your throne above the highest stars. You thought you would sit like a king on that mountain, and in the north where the gods assembled. You said you would climb into the tops of the clouds and be like the Almighty. And that's exactly what Esau said. You know, matter of fact, it's allegedly reported. It's allegedly, that your boy, the head of Apple, said that the next famine is going to make the elite like gods. So they got that God complex, man. And Esau has that God complex because he was blessed with that sword. He has used that sword, you know, to make the other nations think that he's God. Let's continue reading. But instead, verse 15, Isaiah 14:15, but instead you have been brought down to the deepest parts of the world of the dead. And being brought down to the deepest parts of the dead, you know, you Negro, Latinos, and Native American, first thing y'all go to is talking about hell. No, hell is just condition. It's just condition played out on earth, man. Right now, 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans are going through pure hell. Because what? You don't have enough money to pay Peter. They said, you know, to pay Peter, you got to rob Peter to pay Paul. You look at the people that are up in Skid Row. You got people that are working and they are working homeless. That's hell. That's a condition played out on the earth, man. People talking about they don't have money to buy food, man. That's pure hell when you can't feed your sons and your daughters. That's hell. Hell is not a place where you go burn forever. You know, it don't matter how much sense we make. You Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all been indoctrinated with this Western philosophy, you know, with Esau Edom's slave Bible, that y'all honestly think that you can go somewhere and just burn for hell forever. Y'all gonna have to come up to a higher level of understanding. Y'all must come up to a higher level of understanding. But we know that you can't because the Lord Yahweh have given you the Holy Spirit. Verse 16. This is Isaiah 14:16 in the Good News Translation. It said, the dead would stare and gape at you. They would ask, is this the man who shook the earth and made kingdoms tremble? You know, you're talking about they saying that this the man who did shake the earth to make kingdoms tremble? Let's read that again. It's that the dead would stare and gape at you. And those dead kings, these other nations that are rising up from the dead, they said, and the dead would stare and gape at you. They would ask, is this the man who shook the earth and made the kingdoms tremble? And how did he make kingdoms tremble, man? You know what Fat Boy and Little Man, I think that's what's the name of in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, however you want to pronounce it. You know, they had Fat Boy and Little Man. You know, those two atomic bombs, man, it shook the nations, man. You know, it says shook the earth and made kingdoms tremble, man. It said, is this the man who destroyed cities, turned the world into a desert? When you go back and look at those you go look at those two bombs. You know, go look at YouTube and see what, you know, Fat Boy and Little Man did. And you'll see why I said, is this the man who destroyed cities and turned the world into a desert? Because in 50-mile radius, I think it destroyed complete everything. And it could have been, you know, that 50 miles, you know, talking about east, west, north, and south, man. That's why, you know, one of the reasons why the aircraft carriers can't pull into ports when they go overseas is because what? If that nuclear go off, man, you know, 50 miles in every direction is completely destroyed. Every mile, east, west, north, and south is a wilderness, man. And that's what Fat Boy and Little Man did over there to Japan. And see, in Japan, they still, and believe it or not, Japan still has that mentality like Esau Edom have about 9/11. Never forget. Japan, they ain't forgot. Trust me, they haven't forgot. And see, but Esau Edom is asleep. And they think that everybody forget except them. Or forget about it. Y'all was enslavement for 400 years, forget about it. See, they want everybody to forget everything except them. They don't forget anything. You do them wrong, they gonna keep that shit on them for what 10 centuries if need be. Cause that's how they are, man. It's at verse 17. It says, "Is this the man who destroyed cities and turned the world into desert? Is this the man who never freed his prisoners or let them go home?" And if prisoners are you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, he ain't never let us go home. He shook kingdoms, and he freed us, through the slavery, through the emancipation. What they did, they transferred us from private to the government, but they never let us go home. Verse 18, it said, "All the kings of the earth lie in their magnificent tombs, but you have no tomb, and your corpse is thrown out to rot. It is covered by the bodies of soldiers killed in battle, thrown with them into the what? I didn't get that word. To it said pit and trampled down." Nevertheless, I'll have to pull that up. Let's go. Let's continue reading, man. We're going to close it out here. Verse 20. Because it said, verse 20, this Isaiah 14 and verse 20, it says, "Because you ruined your country and killed your own people, you will not be buried like other kings. None of your evil family will survive. None of your evil family will survive." None of the Edomites, and the Amalekites, they won't survive, man. They're not gonna survive. These are not my words. These are the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai's word. Verse 21. It said, "Let the slaughter begins. The sons of this king will die because of their ancestors' sin. None of them will ever rule the earth or cover it with cities." And that's what we can't wait for, man. We can't wait. Obadiah, where it said Obadiah, the first chapter, it said, and Jacob will be it said Esau for slaughter. I can't paraphrase it right now, but you go read Obadiah, man. Go read the book of Obadiah. Verse 22, it says God will destroy Babylon. And it says, this is Isaiah 14 and verse 22. It said, "The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Almighty says, I will attack Babylon and bring it to ruins. I will leave nothing, no children, no survivors at all. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have spoken." And these are the words of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So America is coming down to its final, its final, the destiny, this final breath. America is on, Babylon the Great is on its final breath, man. And you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans have to understand this, man. First, what he do? He militarily, he break down, the military. He break down the people. The people don't trust the government. The same ancient Rome Empire fell the same way, the present day Babylon the Great, which is the revision of the Roman Empire, the same way it's fallen. And the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have spoken it, man. It says right there, Yahweh will destroy Babylon. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Almighty says, "I will attack Babylon. I will bring it to ruins. I will leave nothing, no children, no survivors at all. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have spoken." So the Lord has spoken, man. There's nothing we can do. You can't turn back the words of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all can't go pray at the altar for America, Babylon the Great. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has spoken. So I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rekahak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and to the Akim and the Akwaf that are listening and learning. To you, I say Shalom.